lighting is everything when it comes to creating an atmosphere. And that's why, while I'm setting up my new office/gaming room, I decided to look at the Blisslights skylight, which is good for a gaming setup, it's good for a spa, it's good for maybe the bedroom. And I've got one right here today that I'm planning to unbox right now. Now, when I was looking at reviews on Amazon, I saw that it has over 94,000 reviews and it's sitting somewhere between a healthy 4 and 5 stars. So let's get right into it and unbox it and show you the product. Inside the box, I've got the Blisslights skylight right here. I'm gonna get it out. I also have a Govee LED strip, which I might talk about in a later moment. For now, we're gonna talk about this one, the Blisslights skylight. They describe it on the box as creating your own indoor galaxy, moving laser stars and nebula cloud, customizable brightness and rotation, and an adjustable projector angle. So let's get into it. You can see on the back of the box that I've gone for this blue nebula with green lights. There were two options actually. One was the blue nebula with green lights, and the other one was a blue nebula also with blue lights. Now, because I've got a pink chair, I've got pink lights, I've got quite a lot of pink stuff going on, and I do love pink, I figured it would probably look best based on the color wheel that I have green lights because it will be a bit more clear. I think it will show up better. Even though I thought blue and pink is a nice combination, it's probably not going to show up very well when it actually comes to putting it on the wall. Here's the inside of the box, first impressions. First thing you see is various advertising for other Blisslights products. Very simple. There is an instruction manual. There is a little piece that says, for best results, please remove protective film from aperture before use. Makes sense. Handy customer support information. Now, actually, I'm really happy about this because I asked the question on Amazon if there was an EU plug for this. And somebody answered me saying, yes, it's an EU plug. Because, you know, you have UK, US, EU, different plugs. I'm originally British, so I know all about moving to the EU and having to make do with a load of different types of plugs. What we've actually got in the box are a UK British plug, also a European plug, as well as the main piece here, the skylight. We don't need this anymore. The power pack has come already connected with the USB cable in the British plug, but I don't need that one, so really easy. I can just take this apart and put it into the European one. First impressions, the thing looks pretty bulky. The casing is sturdy, is maybe a better word, not bulky. Feels well made, feels well constructed. It's got a decent weight to it, so it's going to stand up without falling over. There's the protective film on the aperture. This thing is made up with a blue laser that diffuses here to create the nebula effect. And then at the top, I believe you've got the green. There are 3 different buttons going on here. The power supply is in the back and a couple of different ways that you can stand up the skylight so that it directs at different angles. I'm going to try them in just a minute. Looking at the buttons, it looks like there's one for power, one for play and stop, and one for brightness, but I haven't looked at the instructions yet, so let me just see what that says now. This is the main page that we need to be looking at, which tells you how all the different functions work. And it's pretty extensive, actually. Firstly, it tells you that the spread of the lighting is around 30 feet by 30 feet. That's 10 by 10 meters, roughly. It says the top button is power on, power off, and the various modes, which includes a pulse mode, stars only, lasers only, or clouds only. The middle button is rotation on or rotation off. The bottom button is the brightness, normal, low, or high. It says to set up the unit is pretty easy. You just plug it in, turn it on, and go from there. So let's give it a go. Let's see how long the power cord is, see if it will get to where I need it to be. That is 1.5 meters or 5 feet. Now I'm going to plug this in and project it onto the back wall behind me so you can see how it works. I've been really excited to get some decent lighting going on there. We just moved into this rental place, myself and my partner, and the landlord won't let us drill any holes in the wall, so we can't put any art up or something. So I figured a light display might be the best thing that I can do. So I've taken my main light brightness down a bit so you can see a bit more of what's going on. And on first impressions, it looks really cool. I've got the blue nebula showing with the green lasers and it's slowly rotating, which I think gives such a cool effect just to give a little bit of interest in the room and in the background of the video. Now, it's worth pointing out that this isn't actually designed to project onto a wall, and you can really tell that. It would have been nice if they'd given a couple of other options for how to stand it up, because the 2 options provided both point at the ceiling at different angles. So to get this effect of pointing at the wall behind me, I've really had to just prop it up against something and hope for the best. And it seems pretty secure, but would have been better if there's something built in, right? It seems like a little bit of a missed opportunity. Now, I just got up and measured. It is about 3.5 meters from the wall that it's projecting onto. You can see that the spread is also pretty wide across this wall. This is like 3 or 4 meters that it's covering in the end. I'm really happy with that. It seems like a really cool effect. And as I said before, you could really use this for creating an atmosphere in your home office or in your gaming room, but you could also use it to create a nice mood within your living room, bedroom, or it could even create a really relaxing vibe at more commercial venues like a spa or a swimming pool. Now I'm going to take a moment just to show you some of the settings because there are a few options available, and I've already just clicked the button to stop the rotation of the nebula and the lights, so you can see now that they're sitting in a static position. Now let's get into all the options that are available. I can see that when it turned on, it was automatically on that high brightness setting. This is the low one. Now you've got medium, and lastly back to high brightness. Now I've just turned the rotation back on again, so let's check the other settings that are available. This one that we've had from the beginning is the nebula and stars. This one is pulse, and as you can see, the lights just kind of went out there for a second, and now they're coming back in, and the pulse setting just fades the entire light setup in and out, which is stars, nebula, and all. So you can see it there just fading in and out, on and off, very slowly going in between. The next option is stars only, and you can see behind me now that that blue cloudy nebula feel has just disappeared, and now we've just got the green stars. In the other case of the other unit, this would be blue stars. Lastly, you can see just the nebula effect now, and that is rotating with this beautiful cloudy effect, which I think adds so much life to the wall behind me. Now, I've just cycled through the functions a couple of times, and I can see that when you turn the unit off and back on again, it does just go straight back to how you had it set up before. I had, for example, the spinning rotation with the nebula, with the stars, and without the pulse, and I turned the whole unit off and back on again, and that's what I got again. I just played around with it a bit more, and I see that also when you turn it on for a second time, it does remember the brightness setting that we had before. So I've now got it set on the highest brightness possible with rotation, with the nebula, with the stars. I think it looks really good just with everything on. Just in case you had any doubts, I'm going to show you what it looks like without any other light on in the room. First, I've taken out my funky pink backlight. Now I've taken out my fun pink side light. You can really see the secrets of my setup now. Now I switched my main light off, and I forgot that I had one more light in the background, so let's sort that out. And there you go. Now without any other lights on, you can really see the impact that this has on a room. Now there's only a couple of other things mentioned in the manual. The first one is to restrict the use of extension cords, but the second one is more important, which is that this unit only runs for 6 hours and there is an automatic cut-off timer. That is not something that you can edit. You can't change for a shorter timer. You can't turn off that timer setting. You simply have to turn it back on if you want to keep it on for longer than that. I really like the unit. I'm definitely going to keep this in my office and gaming room, and I'm definitely going to keep this in the back of a lot of my online content for social media and otherwise. I think it looks really good, and I definitely recommend it based on first impressions. It really seems like a solid piece of equipment, and I can see why it's got over 94,000 reviews on Amazon with a really good rating between 4 and 5 stars. If you found this video helpful, please click the like button. It would really help me out. If you want to stay connected, hit that subscribe button, or otherwise my socials are all in the link down below. You can find them all at spyro.com/socials. If you want to find out more about me, check out the links in the description below. You can visit my Instagram, TikTok, Pinterest, whatever you like, Twitter. I've got them all. And do hit that subscribe button if you want to stay connected. I would love to know more about what interests you and what kind of videos you would like to see. This is a new channel and all feedback is welcome, good or bad. If you want to get your own skylight, check the links in the description below and it will take you right to that product purchase page. Please note that if you do click on one of them, I will earn a very small commission from Amazon at absolutely no extra cost to you. And so any support would be much appreciated. It would help me keep this channel going. Other than that, I wish you a good rest of your day and see you next time.